Hey guys, my name's Cristy and I used to be a hairdresser, so I thought I'd show because I've had a whole heap of damage done to my hair, I thought I'd show my little illusion skills in how to pretend that your hair is healthy. So first of all, you want to invest in some form of heat protectant, especially if your hair's damaged, but even if your hair's not damaged, you want one. I have chosen GHD. So you just want to lightly spritz this all over your hair, just lightly, brush it through your hair. Okay, now your best friend is going to be, like, you need to do your hair not quite neat. So instead of sectioning with clips, we're going to section with hair ties, and your hands, we're not even going to comb your hair. Of course, if your hair is like a different texture to mine, you may need to comb your hair. This is just how I deal with it. Now, this actually works for hair that has damage and breakage, as long as like you've got a good heat protectant. So what you want to do is curl your hair inwards and down, so sort of like that, because what this does is this hides all the ends and yeah. So this hides all the ends. You can already see that looks a little bit fuller. Now, I don't like to go too neat with this, because if you go too neat with your hair, it can actually show a bit more damage, if that makes sense. So then again, now I already had the two front pieces curled under, so they may not look that much different. That one's a bit warped. Yep. Now if you feel like you're missing certain pieces or they're not going in the right direction, use your hands as a guide and comb through like this as you're ironing. So sort of like the combing straightening method. I don't need to go over these front bits too much because they're already done earlier in my previous video. Now you may notice that my hair's faded a bit. That is because my hair is so damaged that it's not holding colour properly. And look at it, with this method, it doesn't look too bad. Now, I'm not going to lie and say that ironing your hair is going to be good for it, because it's not, but a little bit here and there is not too bad, as long as you use a good heat protectant and as long as you aren't doing it every day. So you could say wash your hair once a week and then iron it like once a week and have that iron last that whole week, and maintain it if you need to, but or you could even go natural if you've got like curly hair. Go with some beautiful oils. when my hair's a little bit longer and a little bit healthier, I'll probably do a tutorial on curling it. Like, you can curl this length, but I always find that when I'm curling my own hair, it gets a bit messy. I don't know if I've mentioned how I had my hair burnt off once upon a time at work, but this is how I used to style it to hide that it was so damaged. And people would be like to me, "Oh, your hair looks amazing, it looks so healthy," and all that. My secret was just this and the right products. Like, I go through a lot of products. If you can name it, I've probably tried it. If you'd like some product reviews, I can also update you on that. Now, you might notice that I'm also sectioning around my part. So that's because I want my hair to be even. I can have the right amount of volume and all that kind of stuff. It gives me a little bit more control. So it's like you can already see there, and then if you look once I iron, you always want to comb through, like if you don't have a comb handy, you want to comb through your hair. So you can already see this is the side that's been done. The back needs a bit of work, but this side's been done. This is my natural hair. So you can already see the difference in health. Always blend. You may notice how I can take thicker sections and I don't have to go quite to the root. Now this is because my hair is actually naturally quite straight, which means I don't actually have to work too hard to iron it, and so I can get away with not ironing all of my hair. Now you can already see like where I've got breakage, and because one side's a bit longer than the other. So to hide that, I can actually curl it in just that little bit more to make it seem like an even line. Sometimes the back's a little bit harder and you have to go over it a few times. Make sure you comb your fingers out to the angle that you're pulling the iron. The more hair you can put into the straightener, by the way, the less damage you'll probably receive, because there's more heat to a higher concentration of surface area. But that being said, if your hair's quite coarse or quite curly, it might not iron the best. Now, for the fringe, I tend to like to section this into two. Even if your hair's long, I usually recommend you iron the fringe forward, and then you can actually get a blow dryer and blast it where your part is to add a bit of, you know, the zhump to it. My fringe doesn't really need ironing because I like my fringe how it sets, but just for the purpose of the video, you don't want to hold it straight, but you don't want to curl it in too much. I like to go sort of slight curl down and then see, I liked my fringe before though, but yeah, so if you need a little bit of extra length, that's good for your fringe to be done. But yeah, that is how you give the illusion of good health using an iron. Now, I would usually finish this off with a serum. Now, this is the serum I use. I get this from a place in, it's like, I can't remember its name, but it's a hairdresser's, which is located in a shopping centre. It's a Korean shopping centre, but the hairdresser's is Japanese, located in Chinatown. So yeah, so you only need to use, like, I'll show you, tiniest little bit, see? You rub it between your hands, you want to warm it up, and then you just put it through your ends like so. Now this gives your hair a bit of shine. Now, my hair is pretty damaged from the root to the end because of a certain situation, but you can usually get away with just putting this on your ends. I go for where the dry parts of your hair are. Does that make sense? This is a nice little treatment just to give it that extra vajump that you need. That's my hair. You can see, like, I've got banding and stuff like that, but that's another story, and I won't be doing a video on how to get rid of that because I do personally believe that that kind of thing is too complicated to do at home. I'm even having a bit of trouble with my banding myself. So yeah, it's all a case of, like, yeah, it's better to go to a salon and get it fixed up than do it yourself, in my personal opinion. If you like this tutorial, feel free to subscribe, and if you want to know something else, leave it down below in the comment section and I'll try and make a video for it.